This one's for Darryl Reese. I promised a long time ago I'd do this. Don't look for a great spiritual lesson. It's more of a personal experience that probably has some bearing on our lives, that you can get a lesson from it, I think. But let's go back to 1955. I'm 18, just graduated from high school, full of beans, I tell you. I thought I had the world to the tail. Didn't know what to do that summer. So I'd seen a movie short one time about lumberjacks in Oregon. And they'd go out there, they'd climb those tall redwoods or whatever they were and cut the tops out of them and wear those shirts and suspenders and really were he-men. And I thought, by golly, I'd like to do that. Well, talked my mother into giving me the bus money. She didn't want me to go. My father thought it would probably be a good idea, but she wiggled together the bus money, and I'd just hop on a bus and through many routes get to Oregon to look for a job as a lumberjack. I'm going to tear it up. Well, it seems they really weren't interested in an 18-year-old green kid climbing those trees and working with them because I might get them all killed. Well, I stuck around, and finally got a job working in a lumber camp at like a trading post. It was, the men would gather there, they'd buy some clothes there. We always kept one of those big enamel pots of coffee, and they'd come in and get a cup of coffee when they were off, and just kind of stand around and chat. And they were he-men, let me tell you, big guys and strong. A little coarse, but that was okay. It was my job to kind of pour them the coffee and take their money and so forth. Wasn't exactly a lumberjack job, you know. I didn't develop many muscles. But Friday night was a big night after they got off work. They'd come in, they had their paychecks or their pay, and they'd come in and buy what they needed for the next week and stand around having coffee and having a good time, just conversing. And they were there one night, and I had just put on a fresh pot of coffee, and it was boiling. And the guy burst through the door, and he says, "Big John's coming." And those guys cleared out of there. I tell you, they ran into each other trying to get out the door to get away from that place. Just cleared out. I'm the only one left in there. So I waited it, but I couldn't leave. Waited maybe 15 minutes. And all of a sudden in the door came this man. He filled up the door. You think people are big. This guy was humongous. Made Brother Gary look not puny, but mid-sized. He had arms on him and seemed like as big around as a keg. Big thing. He was carrying a double-bitted axe. And he walks up to the counter, takes that axe and whaps into that counter and sticks it into that oak, that deep, let go of it, and the handle was quivered. And he says, "Coffee." And I reached around to get a mug, my hands were shaking. And he said, reached over and grabbed that pot, boiling hot, flipped up the lid and drank it down. Hot, I tell you, I didn't see how he could do it. He stood there a second, and I said, "Should I put another cup of coffee on? Or another pot of coffee on for you?" And he says, "Oh no, I gotta go." And I said, "Well, why?" He says, "Didn't you hear? Big John's coming." Anyhow, the thing I got from this is how we perceive things isn't always the way they are.